What's up? What's up? It's the Arthur Moats Experience with Deke. I'm Arthur Moats, and that's my main man, Deke.
What's up, dude?
Man, you know we got the new vibe. Look, man, I'm enjoying this, man. For all the podcast listeners out there, I know y'all be tuning into the YouTube channel as well. So if you don't be doing so, make sure you're doing so you can check out the new look. I mean, man, we changed the camera up. We got these cool little mic stands. Deke got his hands in his pockets. He don't know what to do with himself right now.
This is tough. This is definitely.
I like this. This is more at home for me. I'm used to studio where I don't have to touch the microphone. My hands can just be free to just chill. Deke likes to hold the microphone.
This is tough. I think if I'm not holding it, I might need a desk or something to put my hands. Because like you said, I don't know what to do with my hands.
See,
right
man, you get used to it. I love this right here, man. This is my vibe right here, man.
I'm just gonna keep them in
got
my
the
pocket.
nice display in here. You got the shoes. You got the poster. I mean, the paint in the background. The Most of Your Life book just sitting here. Don't forget about that. I mean, you know, Most of Your Life is a guide to becoming a person of inspiration and impact. It's available now too. Moats30.com, hardback or paperback, baby.
Seriously, check it out. I know I gave a little endorsement before on it.
You did, man. I felt like I was going for my presidential campaign. The way you had dropped that endorsement for your boy, man.
You should go to moats30.com and pay the price for the book. I mean, how many people? So there's many ways to look at this. How much is it? It's like $12 or $13.
So literally, let's see. The paperback is $15. The hardback is $25.
All right, just think $15. That's a stop at a fast food shop.
Might be a stop at the gas station on a late night.
Or even if you're gonna buy a book, if you're a book reader already, $15. Just spend it on this book because I'm endorsing it. It's made my life better.
Whoa.
You get some behind the scenes look into things. Moats is transparent. He's telling stories.
Deke, what is going on here?
What?
You're making me feel like I'm important over here, bro.
Dude, you are.
Wow.
People should check out the book. That's all.
Well, I'm just glad because the hardback got like cool, like colored pictures in there.
Yeah,
it's a nice, like sturdy cover. You take the paper off of the hardback and you look at the actual cover. It's dope too. That's all I'm saying, man. I think it's an awesome job.
No, it definitely is. So yeah, moatstheory.com. I'm all for it.
Shout out to Deke for the endorsement, man.
There's something we agree on. How about that?
There we go. Let's see how this goes as we transition to this first topic. We got the Super Bowl coming up, man.
Yeah.
Big time game, man. All the marbles. Whew. Kansas City Chiefs, San Francisco 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, first off, are you one of those people? I just need to know ahead of time. Are you one of those people that are like rooting against San Fran because they have 5 Super Bowls and if they win, they'll get 6?
No.
And then that ties them with us. You don't care about that?
No, that's dumb because Super Bowls is an indefinite thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, they get 6. New England's already got 6.
Okay.
We should always be progressing and trying to get more anyway. Whoever
gets the first one, right?
It doesn't. Yeah, no, I don't care about that.
Like
even.
1st to 7 matters the most. Like 1st to 6 matter a lot more. I feel like the Patriots, it wasn't really talked about because the Steelers already had 6.
Well, yeah, if I'm close to dying, then I would want to have the most Super Bowls when I die.
Well, how do you know when you're gonna die though?
That is true. That is a good point. That is a very good point.
If you had like your own little clock set or something, can you let me know ahead of time so I can just make some plans?
That is true.
I'll make sure I free my weekend up that time for you. You know what I mean? I got you.
I shouldn't be acting like everything's given. I definitely yeah, let's just say I'm older.
Okay.
But no, you bring a good point up. So I need to rethink this whole thing here. I'll think about that and I'll come back to you with a different answer maybe or more
lost the words right now. This is nuts.
Or a more thoughtful answer. But right now, I don't care about that. I really don't. Okay. Because like I said, it's an indefinite thing. There's seasons to be played here on out. Mm-hmm. And who knows what's going to happen.
No, I agree, man. I don't really care about any of that. I always look at it as whoever's the first to it is the one that matters the most. So since the Steelers got to 6 first, that mattered so much more than the Patriots just tying it. And if the 49ers were to tie it, it doesn't have the same allure. Whoever gets to 7 first, that's going to be the next big thing. I kind of equated it to the dunk contest, right? So you remember the first time Michael Jordan jumped from the free throw line and dunked it. I mean, people went nuts, right?
True.
Even though you probably weren't alive or weren't
I was not.
Right, but like when you watched it, you saw the crowd just go absolutely bonkers.
Yeah.
Now, if a dude jumps from the free throw line and dunked away, you're like, all right. I've seen that before though. It doesn't have the same allure.
No, definitely.
And I think that's the thing when it comes to like the amount of Super Bowls and who's tying who right now. just because the Steelers done it first, it doesn't have that same type of, oh my God, to it.
That is true. And you've even heard me say this throughout the podcast in the playoffs. Wouldn't even be rooting against the Ravens or the Patriots. I'm just not that type of person to be rooting against the team. Yeah, I'm not necessarily happy they're there, thrilled about it just because they're rivals with us, but I'm not going to be rooting against the team and acting like I win if they lose because my team's the Steelers and that's it.
And that's a loser mentality,
man.
It
definitely is, man. And we're trying to teach, because a lot of Steeler fans are like this. I was
Go
like
ahead,
this.
Deke.
I was like this.
You better get it off your chest.
We got to progress. And
talk about it.
Just rethink your ways. That's all.
I'm proud of you.
That's all.
Man, that book really did help you out.
No, I've always thought this.
Man, you're supposed to be like, the book really helped me out. Thanks a lot for the endorsement, Deke. Jeez.
Oh, my bad. It's changed me in different ways.
So, back to this matchup, man. How you feeling, man? I guess we'll start with the quarterbacks, right? That's where you love to start. You're an offensive guy.
So what are we breaking down with the quarterbacks? Who's better?
Yeah, who's better right now?
I mean, come on.
Just saying, man.
Come on.
I'm just saying.
It's Mahomes. It's clear.
Okay.
But what does that mean for the matchup?
Yeah.
That'll be later seen.
Okay.
So obviously you're going to say Mahomes too, though. There's no shot in hell. You were just giving him the biggest endorsement ever.
I was just about to say, can I talk? Jeez. All I was simply going to say is, Mahomes the better quarterback, but Garoppolo's going to have the better matchup of the two.
Right.
Yeah, that's different than what you're saying. You're just making, man, Mahomes. It's not even close.
Yeah, but no, that's what I was asking.
In this matchup, though, who has the advantage right now? That's what I'm saying.
Who has the advantage?
And when we say, let's break down the quarterbacks, like first we can say, okay, who's the better quarterback, right? Okay. If all these are neutral, who's the better quarterback? Mahomes is, all right. Yeah. But in this matchup, who has the advantage?
Dude, you switched it up a little bit on me, but
okay, I got you, man. I got you.
I will.
So I get, who's the better quarterback, Deke, between Patrick Mahomes and Jimmy Garoppolo?
Okay, it's definitely Mahomes.
All right, we agree on that.
It's clear.
Who has the advantage in this matchup?
Man, if you're just talking the quarterback versus the defense,
yes,
if you're adding in the weapons the quarterback has,
I'm saying this quarterback versus these defenses, man.
Then obviously it is Jimmy G versus the Chiefs. He's got the better matchup.
Yeah.
So is that like a wash then? Is that what we're saying?
But no, we're not done yet.
Okay,
we're not done yet.
Are we going?
Because now we got to talk about the weapons, right?
Okay, weapons.
So let's see. If we're going receivers, you have Tyreek Hill, Sammy Watkins versus Emmanuel Sanders and Debo. Yeah,
Debo
Samuels.
Samuel.
Yeah.
Chiefs definitely have more depth at receiver too.
I do agree.
If you throw in Hardman and then Robinson. And then, are we going tight ends and running backs too, or just receivers?
Well, I was going to go with receivers right now.
Okay, just receivers.
Take your time, man. Why are you rushing me? Yeah, he's so quick to rush. Take your time.
I am fidgety this podcast. I don't know.
Because you don't know what to do with your hands, man. This is a sight to see. These over here like, usually I have my microphone in this hand, I twirl it and I cock it like I'm all super cool. Now I don't know what to do with my hands. I'm just like, dang, that's my chill go-to vibe. Yeah, man.
Come on, dude. Come on. Okay, so the receivers, I don't even know who the heck the 49ers third receiver is, to be honest with you.
Man, it's Emmanuel Sanders, Debo Samuels. Oh my goodness. It was
dude, I have no clue.
Oh man. No, I'm drawing a blank on him.
I don't think you need to know.
No, really. Pull it up.
Pull it up.
Pull it up, baby. Pull it up, dude, man.
I'm good with just not even representing him, man.
Dang.
We don't need to know.
Why are we going to disrespect that man like that?
Because if it is who I'm thinking of, he was a fantasy sleeper and he busted this year.
Wow, so we're going to hate on the man because of fantasy?
It was Pettis people were talking about, and he didn't do anything this year.
All I'm simply saying is, man, no one cares about fantasy, bro. I had Aaron Rodgers my fantasy quarterback. Said that turned out for me. Sucked.
He had a decent fantasy year. All right, hold on. I'm pulling it up.
Let's do this.
It
is.
I can't. Yeah, it is him. It says
Pettis?
Dante Pettis.
Yeah.
Then you have Kendrick Bourne, though. Is he the slot receiver?
See, I'm thinking of Marquise Goodwin, but he's hurt. That's why for me, I'm just like,
he's on IR.
Because he would have been their third dude.
He's on IR. Jalen Hurd's on IR.
Yeah.
I heard of him. Mm-hmm. But I think this Kendrick Bourne guy, because they have him in the slot receiver position.
So that might be it then. Yeah.
And then the depth chart after that is Richie James Jr., Dante Pettis, and Jordan Matthews. Blast from the past right there.
Ooh, yeah. Actually had a chance to meet Jordan, man. We was out in AZ together. Well, he was coming in on a visit, and I was actually hurt doing my little rounds and stuff like that, man.
Wait, did he play for AZ?
No, he just came out there for like to do a little workout or whatever.
Got you. So basically, after those first two receivers for the 49ers, it's irrelevant.
Absolutely.
I'm not trying to disrespect anyone.
I was going to say, as a receiver, though, are you taking Harmon over Pettis right now?
Huh?
As just a receiver, not a return, man.
I think that Bourne guy's the slot receiver.
Yeah. What are his numbers? I don't know his numbers. I don't even know Harmon's numbers like that because it's like no one cares about Harmon outside of returner.
Harmon's got about 400 or 500, and so does Robinson. They both have around 400 or 500.
Absolutely. And
they've made big plays. Let's see this Bourne guy.
Yeah. Let's check this Bourne guy out.
That's 358, 5 touchdowns.
Okay.
I'll look at his game log. Dude, yeah, the last 2 games he had 6 receiving yards.
This playoffs or regular season?
This is playoffs.
Well, you remember the last game. They only threw the ball 8 times,
6 against the Packers, 40 against the Vikings. And then throughout the regular season, not really anything more than 40.
Okay.
One game that was way back, though, for 69 against Redskins.
Okay. Interesting.
So that's it, man.
Interesting.
That's it,
okay.
Man.
Okay. I was going with this Chiefs because they got Tyreek Hill and Sammy Watkins. Those 2 phenomenal talents.
Yeah, it's definitely the Chiefs.
I was going to get you to keep going on that rabbit hole.
Why?
Because it's funny.
Why? Do you want me to look up stuff?
It was just funny, man. I was getting that vibe, like, you see some podcasts where you got like the dude that's just behind the desk and his job is just to pull up numbers. Or you watch Cowherd's show and he's like, yo, what's that right there? And he texts it up, oh, that's this one. I just wanted to see you, dude. I was getting that vibe for a second. I appreciate you, man.
Oh, man, dude. Well... And you were probably hoping that I was completely wrong in saying the San Francisco third receivers are relevant. We don't even need to know. I
didn't even care about them.
I know, but you were hoping for that, 1, me to be wrong, and then 2, probably just seeing me do this busy work.
I did enjoy you doing the busy work. For me, knowing that Marquise Goodwin is now, I was like, that's the third dude.
Yeah.
Period.
Well, yep. So Chiefs. Yeah. Both got Chiefs.
All right, and then we got tight ends. Travis Kelce versus George Kittle.
That's a wash.
Whoa, what?
That's a wash.
No, it's not.
It's a wash.
How you figure?
I mean, they're both elite tight ends.
Elite receiving tight ends. One's an elite blocker, though, as well.
I would say Kittle's a better blocker.
Yeah, way better blocker. It's not close.
Yeah, but I'd say Kelce's a little better at receiving, though.
Ooh, one has the record. One has the record for tight ends receiving yards in a single season.
He did that last year, though.
Exactly. Which makes it even more impressive because he didn't even have Jimmy G.
A lot of garbage time.
Whatever. You saw the numbers. Kelce ain't do it.
All right. I mean, can we just say it's a wash?
It's not a wash.
I'm saying it's a wash.
I'm saying Kittle.
Okay.
All right.
I'm saying it's a wash.
I'm saying Kittle.
Okay, that's fine.
How you can say it's a wash? You just gonna erase one whole element of his game and then say Kelce's best attribute is receiving, where one has the record. Like, what are we talking about here?
No, I'm just saying it's a wash.
How's it a wash?
They're both great tight ends, man.
Bro, one's better than the other, though.
If you're doing the Antonio Gates, like Tony Gonzalez thing at various points in their career, like you could go back and forth.
So who would you pick between Gates and Gonzalez?
You know what? I'm just saying it's a wash.
I'm just saying, who would you pick? They both can't be number 1. Somebody has to be number 2.
Man, you're doing this against me.
All I'm saying is, how can both guys be number 1? Somebody got to be number 2.
Oh, my.
It goes A, B.
Fine. I'll take Kittle.
Okay, that's what he said. Cool.
Come on, dude. Fine. And then what we forgot, though, the matchup versus the defense. Like the defense. We forgot to do that for receivers.
You're right.
Because the
Niners got the better odds. They got the better odds.
Yeah, definitely the Chiefs receivers have the worst matchup versus the 49ers DBs.
It's not even close.
It's not even close. No, I mean, obviously the Chiefs defense has been a little better down the stretch, but there's definitely some stats out there that are incriminating.
Yes, indeed.
So, all right, we did that with the receivers. Now the tight end versus the opposing
I do
defense.
think that the Niners have the better linebackers.
Yes.
They do.
Oh, definitely. Just defense all around. So
yeah, at all 3 levels, honestly. And it's weird because it's like, the D line is probably the best unit, but then the secondary, in terms of like corners and safeties, second best unit, and then from there I say the linebackers are their third best unit.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
All right, so running backs then.
Yeah. Well, hold on. Who'd you like the matchup for though?
The matchup?
Kelsey versus their linebackers. Kittle versus the Chiefs linebackers.
Yeah, I'm with you. Kittle.
So you going Kittle
across the board. Yep. Right. And now running backs, though.
So Chiefs running back?
They only got one. Mm-hmm. That's the thing.
No, they got two.
I don't know who the heck their backup is. And McCoy hasn't been doing anything.
Hey, man.
They've been rolling with Damon Williams.
I forgot Shady was on the team until I'm watching them do the media day stuff. And I see Shady just walking in the back. I'm like, oh, he is over there.
You drafted him, dude.
I know. And it sucked. I ended up cutting him 3 weeks in. It was terrible. It's terrible ideas. What was I thinking? I hate fantasy football, man.
You got to go with the Niners.
It's not close.
Moats is on a tear right now.
He got good odds too for one of those Super Bowl MVP things too, man. With odds on him.
And I mean, both the edge rushers on each team are pretty decent. Well, not pretty decent. 49. I mean, you got D Ford, and then you got
potential defensive rookie of the year,
and then you got Frank Clark. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. D Ford and Bosa, and then Frank Clark on the other side with the Chiefs, and then Suggs. So. I mean,
but
then you
now. Don't you sit here and say Suggs in the same conversation with D Ford.
I'm just saying,
Frank Clark.
Listen, dude,
and Bosa. Don't you do that now? Don't you do that?
I'm just laying out.
No. I don't like how you try to just casually throw that in there like they all four together. They not.
No, but those are the two sides.
Okay,
and then we just agreed that the 49ers middle linebackers are better. And just the whole Niners front, 7 or 8 are better than the Chiefs. Yeah. So
I think the only person I like from the Chiefs to go over there is Chris Jones. I think he could go over there and still be an impact player. Obviously, Frank Clark can rush with the best of them.
Yeah. So I like both with the other positions. I like just a wash or not a wash, just across the board with the 49ers running back against the Chiefs defense.
So it's interesting when we break down these matchups like this. Everything sounds like we're both in favor for the Niners. When we talk about just the matches of who has the better matchup right here, who has the better matchup right here, position by position.
Yeah.
If we talk offensive line, who do you think has the better line? I know you're not an offensive line guy.
No.
So I can help you out. I know the Chiefs, they have Mitchell Schwartz, who's been a multiple time All-Pro. Beast, he's played with the Cleveland Browns. Really good dude. For the Niners, they don't really have anyone that particularly stands out in that vein. But they've been solid in terms of now when it comes to run blocking, top notch. But from their pass blocking standpoint, the thing that they do tend to do well is because of the misdirections and stuff like that and the quick releases.
Jimmy G gets it out.
Absolutely. Yeah. So think like Tom Brady's offensive line. Like they're going to get recognized, even though talent wise, they're probably not on that level. Mm-hmm. But they fit what they're doing from a scheme standpoint. Whereas the Chiefs, you've seen Mahomes under pressure. But Mahomes, it doesn't matter if he's throwing in the pocket or on the run. It all looks the same. Perfect.
Come on, dude. All right. So I think we just laid it out there that
the Niners have the better chance to win. That's what you're telling me, right?
Yeah.
But we're not going to. But
because
wait a minute. I don't like what you're doing right here. Because I feel like you're trying to rush me. We just gonna leave out one critical element, one critical unit.
Special teams.
Thank you. As we've seen multiple times. The importance of special teams.
Well, you got to go with Chiefs then.
It's not even close.
You got to go with Chiefs. But that's just one piece of the puzzle. And it's okay.
What is?
It's, if you're going to rank all these things, special teams is not up where all these other position groups are.
Why not?
Just because of the amount of time they spend on the field.
Yeah, but every time they're on the field, it's an impact play.
It could be.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think. Special teams typically...
The frequency of it though is lower.
Have you watched the Chiefs play? They were getting a lot of snaps.
Special teams,
kickoff return.
I mean,
stands on the snaps, bro. What?
I don't care about special teams. What? I just don't.
Wow.
But I told you the Chiefs are better. So
I just like the fact you don't care until it matters, and then when it matters, now you care all of a sudden. Dude, why are they kicking it there? Gosh, he missed that field goal. That cost him, man. Oh, my God. Like, bro, why he kicked the ball so short right here? Oh, man, did you see him return that for a touchdown? Oh, man, that was awesome. I don't want to hear none of that if that happens in the game, okay?
Well, that's actually what I'm predicting right now.
I don't want to hear none of that. If it's a score on special teams, don't come in here talking about, yo, did you see that play? Because you went on record and said you don't care about special teams. If they miss field goals and it cost them the game, like we saw the Colts do when they played the Steelers this year, I don't want to hear nothing. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to hear a thing about it because you said special teams is just a small part. It doesn't even matter compared to the other positions. And I don't even care about special teams. So you make sure you keep that same energy. All right.
I'm more or less predicting in this game, we're not going to see a lot of special teams.
Okay.
It's not going to be that impactful.
Okay.
That's all.
All right. All right.
But
people were saying that too, man, when it was the Seahawks versus the Denver Broncos in the Super Bowl too. You saw Percy Harvin, how that impact happened. But it's cool, man. We ain't tripping.
They didn't need it though in that game.
What? That broke the game open. What are you talking about?
They didn't need it like that.
That broke the game open.
I mean,
what are we talking about?
They were smacking him.
No, not at they started smacking him after he ran that back. Think about it. Come on, man. I guess Desmond Howard running back a touchdown doesn't matter either, right? We just go down the list, man. It don't matter. Or I guess Devin Hester opening up the game versus the Colts running back the opening kickoff doesn't matter either, huh?
Yeah, they lost. Well,
but it made it a lot more interesting, I'll tell you that. or you know what? The surprise onside kick by the Saints versus the Colts, that doesn't happen. That doesn't matter either, right? No one cares about that, man.
That was gimmicky.
It worked though, right? That changed the game. Did it not change the game?
It's
an impact play.
But Peyton threw that pick at the end because Colts still had a chance.
Yeah, but if they don't do the surprise onside kick, they're not even getting the opportunity to have the lead.
I'm with you, and
now you're with me.
And
now you're with me.
No,
now you're with me.
Basically,
when Adam Vinatieri was winning Super Bowl MVPs, that don't matter. You right. You got it. Don't know what care about special teams. You right.
To the point where I'm like all gun ho about it, but I said Chiefs are better. So that's my take.
Whatever.
That's all I got to say.
Whatever.
But break it down for me then. Give me the special teams then. I'm willing to hear.
No, man, it's all good, man.
I don't have anything to say about it.
Don't matter, bro.
I just don't have anything to say about it.
I think when you just break down simply the return, man, it's a landslide. You know the Chiefs have that.
Yes.
I think it's that simple. We also know that from a kicking standpoint,
Gold has been bad this year.
Absolutely. We see you. Look at you.
I know these things.
Look at you. You talking about you don't care about special team. Boy, look at you over here.
It's stuff I hear in passing when I'm trying to research. I have a decent memory.
All right. I like it. Yeah, man.
All right, so that's it with special teams.
I'm good with you, man. I'm messing with you. Good. Bro.
Anything else?
Nah, man. You got it, bro.
Whose blockers are better? I mean, like the depth.
It really don't matter. Honestly, no. I'll tell you the truth, man. When it comes to the returns, it doesn't matter who's up front blocking. It's all up the return man. Can your return man make a guy miss? Because typically in special teams, if you make the first 1 to 2 guys miss, that's the difference between a 1 or 2 yard gain and a 20-yard gain. But you have to be able to have that ability. And we know with the Chiefs return man, they do have that ability. And I think that's why it's more a landslide for them because they can do that. Like I said, the guys up front, the way it's set up now from a rule standpoint and structure standpoint on kickoff returns, it's almost impossible to get a hand on one of these dudes and block them. It's not happening. Punt return, it's all about the matches, but you got to think, man, the Niners have the better linebackers. So with that being the case, when you think about the depth of that style of defense, they're going to have the better athletes out there to be able to run and cover some of these punts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's why.
Okay. So what's next on the dock for breaking down this game? Are we excited?
Coaches?
I'm just getting ready to get into my picks.
I know, man.
Hot takes here.
Why you want to rush it, man? We ain't talking coaches. The coaches don't matter either, right? Special teams don't matter. The coaches don't matter.
It's kind of a wash right now.
Why is everything a wash?
They're both pretty good.
What? How's everything? Help me. Explain that to me, Deke.
Because you could say with Andy Reid,
okay.
Oh, he has more experience than Shanahan. Been to more Super Bowls, etc.
Offensive genius.
Yeah, but he lost that one in Philly, still trying
to get... he had T.O. there with one leg. What are you talking about?
He's still trying to get the big one, so there's that knock on him. Oh, man, is there going to be a lot of pressure on him? But that's what I mean. In terms of coaching, they're both really smart guys, and they run really good offenses. They're clearly, these are the best 2 teams all season.
Okay.
And with Shanahan, the same could be said for him about inexperience, even though he was in the Falcons Super Bowl and they blew that. So that could be a knock with him.
A little choke action.
So that's why I mean it's a wash. Okay. I mean, they've both done awesome this year. So it was just kind of like we're going to have to wait and see.
Okay. Who has more pressure on them to win, though?
More pressure?
Yeah.
Ooh, man. It's going to be whoever loses.
What?
You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
It's going to be whoever loses because you're going to have to look back. Because if everyone's saying Reed, but let's be real, if Shanahan loses this, they're going to all of a sudden that Falcon Super Bowl is going to come up. Oh man, he sucks, man, and
Chokes
like this is going to be, man. Yeah, that's going to be his
offense
legacy.
Doesn't show up, or if they get out into a lead and find a way to choke it.
Right. I guess it depends on how you lose too, but going into the game, I think it's clearly Reed, just because has way more seasons on his belt,
and he's been on the door with 3 years in a row going to the NFC Championship game,
5 total.
Yeah, then he goes to the Super Bowl. Yeah, goes Super Bowl, loses that NFC Championship game, lost that. So yeah, it's a lot of pressure on him, man.
It's definitely Reed. I mean, I could see him coaching for another 10 years, but I feel like that'd be way more freeing just to get this one, and then it'd be him and Mahomes for who knows how long. But like I said, that one podcast, there's no gimmies.
Okay.
So who's
now? Who you think has more pressure between the quarterbacks?
Are you saying Reed then?
Yeah, I agree. Okay. I think Reed. Yeah, just because. I just told you, man. I said all the NFC Championship games he's been to in a row. And the fact that he's lost all of them, except the one, then he goes and loses in the Super Bowl to the Patriots, regardless of if Teal was hurt or not, and the debate that was going on, or not debate, but just the dysfunction that was going on between McNabb and Owens at that time. It doesn't matter. They had an opportunity. They didn't win. Then you look at what happened to them last year versus the Patriots and how that played out. So you definitely feel that pressure on Andy Reid, and you factor in the fact that he has the better quarterback. He has arguably the best quarterback in the game right now. So with that being the case, the expectation is for him to be successful, is for him to win.
And this is I guess, their run before Mahomes' big contract.
Absolutely.
Too. So, like I said, there's no gimmies here on out. I know people want to say these guys are the next Belichick Brady, but
nah, man, that dynamic doesn't work just because Mahomes isn't taking grossly less like that. Like Brady was just crazily underpaid, but he could do that because his wife was making a crazy amount of money. So he didn't have to worry about that. Whereas with Kansas City, Mahomes ain't married to no multi-millionaire, gazillionaire. You know what I mean? He ain't doing that. I ain't knocking who he with, but I'm just saying it ain't a hurry.
Little side note here. Then you think it was more the wife as opposed to the love of the game?
Yeah, it definitely was.
Okay.
Yeah, love of the game. What?
I mean, Brady. That's kind of the thing.
So why didn't he play for vet minimum then? If that was the case. Just love of the game.
I mean, he took a pay cut, like a sizable pay cut for what he should have been getting paid.
It was gross. Yeah. If only I ain't even gonna go there.
What? Please.
No, I was just saying, like, because we got a situation we're talking about, like trying to sign people here in Pittsburgh, and it just like crossed my mind, like, what if? Well, I ain't gonna go down that little.
You gotta take care of your family, man. You gotta look out. That's all. Like you said.
You are funny.
Like you said, Brady had the wife.
You gotta look out. You gotta feed your family. Yeah.
That's all.
Yo, you are hilarious. You are hilarious. Shout out to Jimmy G, man. He take care of his family real well, man. He's paid.
Yeah, he is. He got a good contract.
That's funny, bro.
All right, so then you were going to more pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah, who has more pressure on the quarterbacks, man?
Mahomes, easily.
Why's that?
Hands down. No one's expecting Jimmy G to really do much.
I think people are.
I don't think the expectations are there for like Mahomes. Mahomes, he's the next GOAT. He's the next MVP for the next so many years. The next Brady, taking over the league, face of the league, face of the franchise, all that. So you don't win this one. You remember what happened with Peyton Manning? Like he was setting all these records, and then
but at the same time, early on, Peyton Manning turned the ball over a ton. We're not seeing that from Mahomes.
We're not seeing that. So you do have a point there to where.
And
if he's not the reason for them losing, then I guess you can give him a pass. But
and I was also going to say this. Remember with Peyton Manning, his issue is he was losing in the playoffs a lot too. Whereas Mahomes has showed in 2 years as a starter, first year he goes AFC Championship game and loses in a shootout. And then this year, his second year, he takes the Super Bowl. So I think that dynamic is totally different than like what Peyton was facing.
No, I get what you're saying.
No.
I get what you're saying. Maybe you could compare it a little bit to Marino, a little bit, because he had success in his second season, making it to the Super Bowl and didn't win. But then what happened after that? Nothing. So that's what I mean. The pressure is subtly there long term, but I just think it's also there in the now just because of how everyone is talking about Mahomes. And if he doesn't get it, no matter how it happens, people are going to start questioning that. And with Jimmy G, I mean, I don't think there's too many expectations with him. You just saw what happened the last 2 games.
I think it's more pressure on Jimmy G, honestly.
No way.
Well, I'm going to tell you why, man. With Pat Mahomes, he's already going to be considered great regardless of what happens. And let's be real, if he loses, they're not saying it's because of Mahomes. Let's see, went out there and threw 5 picks. They're going to say, dang, Andy Reid choked in the big game again. That's going to be the debate. That's going to be the conversation, not Patrick Mahomes. We just know that. With Jimmy G is a $100 million quarterback. Think about, they were getting on Jimmy G for winning an NFC championship game with only throwing the ball 8 times. Regardless of the running backs going absolute bonkers and there not being a need to throw the ball, people were still criticizing him because what? He's supposed to be the heir apparent to Tom Brady. Remember, they traded him from New England because Tom Brady felt uncomfortable with him behind him because Belichick was ready to move on from Brady and go to Jimmy G. So that expectation is there. We talk about a team that showed the difference of what? Winning 3 games last year without this man. And now this year he's back. They go to the Super Bowl. They looking at him like, in San Fran, they that's their guy. They feel that he is the one. He could be a winner. He can win Super Bowls. But the thing that I'll say is this, man. When I look at Mahomes, I look at him like this. If they don't win and he were to go on that Dan Marino type career, right? Goes absolutely crazy, but just never wins a Super Bowl. Dan Marino's still a top 5 quarterback all time, hands down. What are we talking about? That's the category that Mahomes is in. He has the potential to be a top 5, number 1 all-time quarterback. With Garoppolo, I look at him in more of like that Troy Aikman vein. Like, he has a chance to win some Super Bowls because he's going to be on the better teams. What they have going on in San Fran fits him great. But I think he'll be good to really good, but he never has a chance to be in that all-time conversation. Whereas we know with Mahomes, he has all-time status. So that's why I do think right now, though, because of those short-term goals, because of understanding that, hey, Jimmy G, the expectation was you're going to be the second coming of Brady. You have this on you right now. That's why I personally feel that for him, it's more pressure on him right now.
You think the narrative can flip way more with him than
Absolutely.
with Mahomes? Like, he could be getting called the next Dak or Kirk Cousins if he loses this game.
They both could play. Say they both play just good. Not great, but just good. They're going to say Mahomes, it wasn't his fault. It's going to be Andy Reid's fault. But for Jimmy G, they're putting it on him because they're going to say, man, we thought you were good enough to win
if they both play good, though.
Right. I'm saying, like, if they both play, like, say they both play good, but once, like, whichever one you say will lose, right?
I think if Jimmy G plays good, people are going to be surprised by that, though. I don't think anyone's really expecting him to do much here.
I don't agree with that, man. I don't.
I think long term, a lot
of people think he's supposed to be really good.
That's what I mean.
He's shown to be good.
For the franchise, yeah, I think the pressure's on him there. But for this specific game, I don't know. Just,
it is, man.
Just with the expectations of him versus Mahomes. Like, Mahomes is the guy, and he's been the guy right now.
He's been the guy the past 2 years.
I don't know if people are saying that about Jimmy G, like, right now, where they think they could be, like you said, a Troy Aikman. I don't know if people are thinking that right
that because they felt that he was the guy right there.
Yeah, but
they paid him like that after 5 games.
Everyone's paying quarterbacks.
No, not after 5 games. They paid him after 5 games. 5 games. 5.
I mean, I probably would have too if I was them at that point. Because you need to lock up a quarterback. I think you would have too.
5 games in, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Those 5 games were killer.
Yeah, who were they playing against though? Jacksonville was their only good team they had beat during that run. Remember that.
It doesn't. They needed a quarterback, and I'm sure that Shanahan or front office was trusting Belichick, and because there's a whole conspiracy theory behind that, but we don't have to get into that. But he was a believer in Garoppolo, so
all I'm saying is league-wide, a lot of people believe in Garoppolo.
No, definitely. Although Ryan Clark doesn't. That's why he had me saying some crazy stuff during the season.
You know how you get, man?
I needed hope, man. I just needed hope. That's all it was. Get, man. That's all it was, dude. Because I'm very wrong on that. Ryan Clark was at least. I was just.
Oh man! Stop seeking comfort, man.
I was just throwing out what he was saying.
Stop seeking comfort, man. Just roll with it, bro.
All right, so we just disagree on that.
Yeah, we disagree on that one.
But I think
because you can make the argument. I make the argument for both sides though.
But I agree with what you're saying. I think we're just thinking,
and I agree with what you're saying as well.
Yeah, we're thinking differently. I'm thinking of Mahomes in terms of there is a secret urgency to this game just because you don't know what's going to happen in the future. Right. And then you're thinking of Jimmy G like right now, where as I'm thinking there's no expectations, but you think there are. I think it's more down the road for him. So yeah, we agree and disagree at the same time, I guess.
It was civil though. I was proud of it. It's like we went to like counseling or something, bro.
And that was with quarterbacks too. Usually quarterbacks, it gets off the rails.
Well, no. That's only because with one quarterback in here, the debate is always going to be just
I mean,
nonsense.
I got off the rails with Brady a little bit though.
It's only with one quarterback you really just, and it's just nonsense. And we just like, we're not even going to talk quarterbacks if he's in this conversation. I'm glad that you casually agreed when I said Patrick Mahomes over the past 2 years has been the best quarterback. I'm glad you was like, I saw that.
What?
You did when I said it.
Today or?
No, just like 10 minutes ago.
His numbers have been really good.
No, not his numbers. He's the best quarterback the past 2 years. It's really no debate about that. We're not going down that road.
I'm not. I'm definitely not. Yeah. I'm not going down
I'm glad we can both agree on that, though.
Yes. Because we got more topics to discuss.
Thank you for saying that.
And predictions to make.
I appreciate you.
Predictions to make. So you got any more? Like, I like these pressure ones. Who has more pressure? Or is that it? The quarterback and the coach? Because that's usually all we talk about, really, in terms of overall media.
Pressures, absolutely, man. No, those are like the biggest two, honestly. And then I guess I didn't want to go MVPs, but just kind of wacky off the topic.
Okay.
Andy Reid wins the Super Bowl. What do you think he celebrates with? What type of food?
Wait, didn't he have a ham sandwich last week?
No, that was the other dude.
Was it a burger? I think it was a ham sandwich.
No, you're thinking about Oregon, the LSU coach.
Oh yeah.
He's a ham sandwich guy.
He had a burger, right?
Yeah, he's a burger. Yeah.
I'd say go with the burger again.
Just right, another regular single.
What?
Single patty. Or you go like one of the monster joints.
Did they say where he got it from?
I don't know where he got it from.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're going to McDonald's, you're definitely getting double patties.
If you're in and out and you're Andy Reid, you're probably getting a triple.
Oh, well, yeah, if you're Andy Reid, actually, even if you're going to McDonald's, you're getting a triple.
Yeah, you gotta get the triple. Oh, it's yourself.
Yeah, dude, just cheeseburger.
I see him as a burger. I don't see him as getting the steak. I see him getting the burger, man.
No, yeah, definitely. Yeah. And I told you my theory on that one time. If you like burgers, you like burgers. I'm not gonna order a steak because it's more classy or whatever.
Yeah. You do.
I'm just gonna get a burger.
See, man, if I'm at Morton's and I want to eat a McDonald's burger over this Morton steak, don't judge me. I'm just gonna eat that.
If it tastes better, then it tastes better. That's all I can say. It doesn't matter the price, or maybe it does matter the price a little bit. Maybe that has something to do with it.
You are funny.
But yeah.
All right. So
burger then.
Yeah, I'm going burger as well, man. Burger with a strawberry milkshake,
happens,
man.
They're gonna ask him again for sure.
Absolutely. We're gonna find out.
I think this is a new trend. I think it's only with bigger coaches though, because there's no way they're gonna ask Kyle Shanahan what he drank or what he ate.
Well, and I did, and another just a prop bet that I saw. Do you think Wes Welker? Do you think he gets the Gatorade cooler on him?
Wes Welker,
he's their receivers coach for the Niners. Him and then Miles Austin, you split with the Cowboys, is their like quality control assistant dude. So Weston lost 3 Super Bowls, 2 with the Patriots, 1 with the Broncos.
Oh man. He gets the Gatorade.
You think he'll get a Gatorade bath? You think he'll get one?
No, it's always the coach.
I mean, we saw Hans Ward get one.
Yeah, but that was regular season.
I'm just saying.
That was against us, too.
Okay.
Nah, man. It's going to be the coach. It'll definitely be the coach for sure.
Okay.
What?
I was just wondering.
No, there's no way. There's no way.
All right, he won't get the one, but I do think he gets one.
Yeah, maybe a side one or something. Yeah, and they'll probably show it. But
they definitely will, man.
Okay. So you think so too?
I think he will, man.
You think he will?
Not the main one. Obviously, you got to do the main one for the coach, but he'll definitely get one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough, man. I'm glad you dug into these little props and stuff.
I just think, man, there's a little fun little convo, man. That's all.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. You would think I would be the one looking into that. I was actually just kind of focused on the specialties. I was focused on the specialties.
It's because I've become a degenerate gambler, and I've realized that for Super Bowl, I can bet on who gets a Gatorade shower, what color the Gatorade is.
You'd actually bet on this.
I'm contemplating it.
Are you?
Opening coin toss, heads or tails.
That's 50-50.
How many catches for certain people? I think Kyle Juszczyk is under. They have a prop bet for him over under 9 yards.
Rushing or just
no receiving? Under 9 yards receiving. I'm like, bro, they throw to the fullback a lot. He's gonna get 4 or 5 catches easily. 2 catches there. Put my money down. I
might need to take that then.
Yeah, man. So that's why I've been looking at all this stuff. Man, I'm a degenerate, bro.
It's getting bad.
I love it though. When you retire, you get to do these things. Let me play with my new toy. All right, don't you judge me.
Are you doing it like every day? I'm not judging. I'm not judging at all. I think it's awesome.
Not every day, but when the odds are right. Like for example, yesterday, Duke versus Pitt.
Okay.
In Cameron.
Yeah.
Spread was 15.
Okay.
Pitt lost by 12. Let's go.
And you took Pitt?
She throw it. Hell to Pitt, baby.
I don't know why you do that.
Because I knew they were losing by 15. I knew they were gonna lose, but just not by 15.
Okay. Yeah, I mean they weren't playing Zion or Barrett or anything.
It was Vernon Carey. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You got Jeff Kimball as the coach, man. He's not getting blown out by 15 at what I'm saying?
Dude, I'm a little snake bitten from Pitt right now. We had an amazing run and we've just been trashed the past 8 years.
Hey man, it happens like that.
It does. It does.
I mean, shoot, the Chiefs, they went how many years before they got back to the Super Bowl? So just run with it, bro.
Yeah. I'm glad you're picking them because I'm definitely not really in anything. Yeah. I'm betting. Definitely not Pitt. They burned me too much.
I like it, man.
Burned me too much in both sports, football and hoops.
I like it. So, if we put our money down in this game, man, Chiefs, Niners, who you rolling with?
You know who I'm picking.
Who you picking, man? We broke the matchup down. We said San Fran has the better matchups in a lot of those categories. The majority of the categories, actually, that we named, we said the Niners have it. We said the Chiefs have it at receiver and special teams, but receiver in terms of personnel, quarterback in terms of personnel. When we break down quarterback versus their defense, receivers versus their defense, San Fran has that nod. So where you going, man?
Dude, it's the 49ers.
Okay.
What?
Okay. I hear you.
What?
That's what I'm talking about, man.
What?
You say it with your confidence, man. It's because you had fun in the debate. That's what it is. That boy that went out to San Fran earlier this season and it changed his life. Wow.
Nope. You know what it is?
Let me hear, man.
You know what it is?
That boy had one little weekend in San Fran, came back with the hyphy movement.
Nope. You know what it is? You know who's a little overconfident in this one?
Oh, man. Here we go.
We know who it is. I don't even have to say anything because it's blasted all out there. Who's the one chirping? Who's the team that's getting all the hype?
Who is this?
Saying they're going to be the GOATs.
Who is this? Who said this?
I'm done with them.
Who said these things? Who would say such a thing?
The Chiefs, man. Frank Clark specifically.
So you liked it when he was talking that craziness versus Tennessee, though?
Now he's playing a good team. Those teams were garbage, dude.
The Titans were in the AFC Championship game. You can't be garbage in the AFC Championship game. I don't care what you say. Nope. You cannot be garbage in the AFC Championship game, bro.
No, because I'll promise you this. I think I promised it last podcast. Mm-hmm. They're not going in the playoffs next year for sure. They went. I don't care who they re-sign.
So how many times have they been in the past 3 years?
I know. Jeez, my voice cracked bad there.
Because he's about to say some foolishness.
Not foolishness. I don't care if they made the playoffs because the Dolphins made the playoffs at 9-7 that 1 year.
Yeah, that was 1 year. We talking about 2 of the past 3 years.
Everyone knew they weren't winning. They weren't winning crap.
These dudes beat the Patriots on the road. They beat the Ravens on the road. I mean, don't say
they just got lucky. The AFC was down this year. That's
what?
Yep.
So who had the best record in the NFL?
With the best record? Well,
in the
the
NFL.
Ravens, yeah.
So how was that a down year for the AFC? What are you saying, man?
I was trying to tell you about them way back.
Nah, bro.
I was trying to tell you about the Ravens.
Stop it, bro.
I was.
Stop it. So you're a bad team when you win 14 games?
No, I said they were a good team. All I was saying is there's a little too much hype.
All I'm saying is you win 14 games, so winning 14 games is hype?
I just need to see it in the playoffs. And
so winning 14 games is hype. Is that what you're telling me?
It was a little bit because we got to see it in the playoffs.
So what do we have there?
Their style of play, we need to see it in the playoffs.
Nah, bro, you wilding out, bro.
No way, bro.
You're wilding out. You picked one bad game for these dudes, and now all of a sudden, that was hype. You're tripping.
They had a really good
game.
Bro,
it's cool, man. You tripping.
No way.
You're tripping.
They were. I admitted
anywho,
several times they were a really good team.
Anywho.
Okay, who's your pick?
I'm going Chiefs, man.
No.
I can't help myself, man. I'm a prisoner of the moment, man. I've seen what Mahomes could do. And yeah, man, I just think that thing ain't nice even versus that Niners defense. I believe that it's special.
It ain't happening.
I hope so, but it looks special.
You hope so? Why?
I do. Because I want to hit him, get on Andy Reid some more, man. Talk about him choking. I don't know. I'm sick like that, bro. It's bad.
That is sick.
It's sick.
They say he's the nicest guy out.
He is, from what I heard, man. And actually, one of my good friends that I played at JMU with, he played with Philly for 7-8 years, man. Yeah, same thing. He was like, yo, dude, it's awesome. Great dude to be around. Just like, yo. I think what it is, because remember I told you I was a Cowboys fan before I got to the NFL, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of times being in that division.
Okay.
Yeah. We had some hard times.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially during the McNabb era. I wasn't a fan of that.
Yeah, no, I can see that. You guys were rolling out Quincy Carter.
Yes, yeah, it wasn't cool,
Bledsoe,
man.
Drew Henson
good.
on a Thanksgiving.
It wasn't a good situation. That's all I'm saying, man. Quincy Carter hurt my heart, man. We were so happy when Tony Romo came. We thought he was a savior. Then he fumbled the ball in the playoffs. It was bad.
He
man.
was. We've had this conversation before. Bro. He was definitely underrated.
Yeah. But it was bad though, bro. So I think that's where my ill will for Andy Reid comes, man. It's just
Okay. Man, dude,
But I'm a believer in Mahomes, man. I think, man, it's something about when we talk about special generational type players, like all-time category type players. Sometimes you just don't have an answer for them, and in particular when it's at the quarterback position, which we all agree is the most important spot, right? Because they're the ones with the ball in their hand every play. They can win a game or lose a game right at that position. So with that being said, man, understanding how dynamic Patrick Mahomes is, I do think he's going to be getting pressured a ton.
Yeah.
But I do think that he's one of the quarterbacks that has proven to be able to constantly throw on the move and still be highly accurate. I do think that Tyreek Hill is going to provide some matchup problems for that Niners defense. I do think that Sammy Watkins as their second receiver or the third threat in terms of it going Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, and then Sammy Watkins, I do think that presents some threats, some challenges. And I believe that Mahomes is the guy that can really exploit that.
Yes.
So that's what I think, man. That's what I think, Chiefs.
I think I'm just the one banking on the Niners defense, and they're just an all-around great team. That, I don't know. I mean, like I said, Mahomes versus the Texans and the Titans, it just ain't there. It just ain't there with their defense.
My thing too is this. We praise this Niners defense, right? We praise them. But this is the same Niners defense that gave up, 40 points to the Saints and it was another team they gave up 42 as well. It was two teams. They got, I'm drawing a blank on the second team. So for me, just thinking about that, I'm just like, that wasn't Mahomes they're playing against. I love Drew Brees. Drew Brees can ball. Saints got a nice offense, but they're not Mahomes. We know that.
Brees at home, though?
Brees at home is tough. We know that for a fact.
Brees at home
versus tough.
Mahomes' first Super Bowl, I would...
But see, I don't look at Mahomes as this moment being big. We saw him play Brady head-to-head in the AFC Championship. His first one, his first season as a starter. I think that was way bigger than this. In terms of, pressure...
Yeah, I don't think...
On a record-breaking season, too.
I'm with you that I don't think the pressure is going to really get to him too much. But, I mean, the first quarter, there might be something to be said for that.
But they've started slow the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, but against this Niners defense and with the 49ers running game and how they operate their offense, that might not be a good idea.
But then I'll also say this, in terms of... We're just assuming that this Niners offense is going to be able to run on this Chiefs defense. That's one of the Chiefs' stronger things in terms of stopping the run, in terms of Chris Jones. He's very disruptive. And think about this, right? We saw the run that Derrick Henry was going on versus a Patriots defense that we all can agree was still a top 5 defense versus a Ravens defense that we all can agree is a top 5 defense. Derrick Henry ran over them like they were little boys. And then the Chiefs defense were the one who made him look human.
You know what happened is they sold out to Derrick Henry and they made Tannehill try to win. And Tannehill sucks. And Jimmy G is not Tannehill. Jimmy G is better than Tannehill.
Now, what do you believe is Jimmy G, though?
What do you mean? I think he'll rise to the occasion.
I think that's where we differ.
I think it's where we differ, but he has this season, and I think there was some stat. See, look at this little research.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
That in games he made... I think it was over 270 yards. It was either 270 yards or over 27 attempts.
Yeah.
They are 7-0 this year.
Excuse me, it's time for your first loss.
Huh?
I don't care about them stats. You know what I mean? Told her, hey man, this team is undefeated when they're winning by this many points with this much time left on the clock on West Coast games. Okay, that means we're gonna be the first one to beat them. That's cool.
All right, if we're just gonna throw the stats aside, then it just comes down to I think Jimmy G's gonna show up. You don't think he will?
I don't think he will. Eyeball test, right?
I'm going with the eyeball test, and I'm saying based off this season, he has
eyeball test. I like it. Do we get a score prediction?
Score prediction. Oh man. I'm not this detailed.
I'm not either. But I just wanted to do it because it's Super Bowl, man. We're supposed to do that, right? You got to do like special type of things.
I have seen some predictions that they got some high scores here. Yeah. I'm saying 49ers 27, Chiefs 24.
Okay. I like it. I think I will go Chiefs 31. Niners 28. Game winning field goal.
Game winner. Special teams. Special teams has that impact. The Chiefs special team over the Niners special teams. That's what it comes down to.
That's what I'm saying. Mahomes masterfully leads them down. Nice little fourth-quarter drive. The dramatics there.
So it's all the elements that you want.
Absolutely. The drama.
The Mahomes taking over. He's clutch.
Absolutely.
It factor.
He's getting hit.
Plus the special teams.
Under duress all night long. Sherman already picked him off earlier in the game. But he's willing his team back. They were down 2 scores and he's willed them back.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. At least let it be interesting to me, man. Can it be interesting to me?
That's fine. That's fine. Mine's just going to be Jimmy G closing the game out. Okay. They're up 3, and he gets the ball 3 minutes left.
2 first downs, take a knee.
That's all. That's all. It's that simple. It's that simple. And then we'll be saying, all right, Mahomes, take this contract and see what happens next few years.
You'll be the highest paid.
Let's see how easy it is. I like Mahomes, though. He's a good kid.
He's the best quarterback in the league.
Let's see him. Let's see him win a game. Let's see him win this one.
Is he not the best quarterback in the league?
No.
Who's the best quarterback in the league? Just so everybody knows.
Come on, dude.
You said no, so please help me. If Mahomes isn't the best quarterback in the league, who is the best quarterback in the league?
Can I just say I'm biased?
No. I'm just saying.
Ben.
Okay.
I'm taking Ben because
like the only one. Huh?
Because
did you see that report where Tom was talking about how they wanted to draft Mahomes?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, he said that was their guy.
I haven't seen that circulating.
Yeah.
No, where have you seen this?
Dude, I work with the Steelers. What you mean? It was a report that came out.
These are hidden reports.
It said that Tomlin, he had did like all the pre-draft meetings with Mahomes and really liked him a lot and wanted to potentially draft him.
Wow.
Yeah. That's all I'm saying, man.
Well, he would have been good if for this year. He would have been good. He would have been good as our backup this year and backing up the next couple. And then he could have taken over like Rodgers.
You are funny. You are funny. I think we both can agree when Mahomes went to the Chiefs, even though Alex Smith was their guy, who was winning a ton of games. They knew as soon as he threw a pass.
No, bro.
They knew as soon as he threw a pass, that was the guy.
No, dude.
And I think if he was here in Pittsburgh.
No, dude. Alex Smith, come on. Come on, dude. He's in Tannehill category with me. Like, they should have got rid of him a while back.
You're funny.
You're making the playoffs? All right, that's cute. You're not going to win anything, though.
Bro, he's went to the what?
And lost.
He still went, though, right?
I don't even think he made it past the divisional.
Oh, my God.
I don't think he has. Kaepernick had to step in and take over for the 49ers. That's all I'm saying, dude. He's all right. You want to get some ticket sales and kind of be in the mix, give your fans some false hope.
So making it to the playoffs is false hope.
Experience what we had this year as Steelers fans.
No. So my question is this: so you would rather have what we had this year than have a guy who was taking them to the playoffs consistently? That's what you're telling me. Remember, they were a top 2 seed the year we went on the road and beat them there.
Here's all I'm saying:
we had to go on the road to play them. They were the 2 seed.
No, but like it's like in the NBA, why you get rid of players even though you're the 6th or 7th seed, always making the playoffs.
They were the 2 seed.
Who?
The Chiefs.
They weren't winning though.
They were the 2 seed.
Are you talking about this year?
I'm talking about the year when we went on the road and beat them. Tyreek Hill's rookie year. The year he was going nuts. He was going nuts.
They weren't winning, dude.
Bro, they were the 2 seed in the NFL.
They didn't beat us. I could have bet $1 million they weren't beating the Patriots.
Bro, because we were hot right now. They weren't going to beat us. We know that.
Yeah, well, even if they did, they weren't.
Remember, they had beat the Patriots to open up the season. They blew them out.
That didn't mean anything, dude.
Oh, my God.
I swear to God.
Oh, my gosh, bro. You're wild, bro.
If we could replay that game right now.
Bro, they would play every year. The past, 3 years to start the season, the Chiefs always blast them. What are we talking about?
What happened in the playoffs, though? The Patriots had their number every time.
When?
In the playoffs.
When?
There was definitely a divisional round. They might have played them another time.
Oh, my God, bro.
What?
I'm not going here with you today.
Come on, man.
So at the end of the day, Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the game right now. Okay.
No, dude. I'm not saying that. You could say that. Hey, I got to see this game.
So who are you saying again?
I told you I'm taking 7, man. I'm taking 7.
So you're saying Ben Roethlisberger is better than Patrick Mahomes? That's when you get that on record.
I'm biased and I'm a Steeler fan.
No, don't say all that. Just say. Just say.
Because
I'm more biased than you. I done been a part of wins with this man.
Yeah, but nah. He brought 2 Super Bowls to.
Oh man, I'm just a realist, bro. That's all I'm saying, bro.
That's fine, dude. That's fine. Because I don't want people getting all crazy on me and crap and saying like,
saying what?
Just I'm delusional and blah blah blah. Like I don't need that.
Man, you feeling the pressure?
Huh?
You feeling the pressure because of Super Bowl week?
Nah, man. Nah, dude. This is a big game. There's a lot of conversations going to be coming from this game. And I'm gonna. It's just gonna be interesting. Let's just see what happens.
I'm excited,
here.
man. I'm excited to watch it, bro. I like it. What's next on the document? What we got, man?
Okay. Well, you brought up an interesting topic we were gonna talk about last podcast. We just didn't really have the time. Obviously, the 49ers making the Super Bowl this year
after having the number 2 overall pick last year in the draft.
Yeah, they were pretty awful, and that's a large part because Jimmy G got hurt early in the season. They were doing what we were doing this year in terms of backup QBs. I don't even who was it, like CJ Beathard or
Oh man, they had the other cat.
I have no clue.
He was trash. They were both trash.
I have no clue. But so they end up getting the number 2 pick, Bosa, and I guess Bosa obviously has made an impact, but the core of their team was still there last year, and then they've made a huge turnaround
because of Jimmy G coming back too.
Yeah, exactly.
That was the one.
Yeah. So, your question then was, who do you think could be next year's team like that?
Yeah, that's picking in the top 10.
Top 10?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I was initially going to say we are probably the perfect candidate. We're not going to be picking in the top 10. We were 8-8, but I mean, it's almost the same exact situation. We just had a better record.
So that's different then.
It is.
I'm talking about a team that was trash. Were we a trash team last year? No. Bro,
it felt
we were 2 games away from being in the playoffs. It was a totally different vibe here until they lost to Buffalo because you jinxed us.
It felt like trash at points, but
because you jinxed us versus Buffalo, you jinxed us versus the Jets. We didn't make the playoffs.
Okay. Crap. I didn't know we were going top 10.
I'll go first. You could think of yours.
No, well, I have teams, but the one team I was really thinking of was the Broncos.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're picking top 10, though.
Well,
I think they were 7-9 this year.
Yeah, because 6 and 10 is top 10 definitely. So literally the teams were Jets, Redskins, Giants.
But Jets were 7-9 too.
Panthers. The Broncos might be in there then.
Let me check.
Yeah. Cardinals are in there.
Yep. Chargers,
that's 7 teams.
Bengals
is 8 teams.
Browns
is 9 teams. And the Jaguars, that's 10 team.
Okay.
Yep.
So Broncos might be 11 or 12 if you're willing to give that to me as my pick.
Okay, I was still the Broncos in that 10 though.
You're saying they're in the 10.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me see here though. All right, so Broncos are 15th drafting.
Okay.
7-9, but
the Dolphins are the team I forgot.
Dolphins.
It's the Dolphins.
Yeah, because right at 7-9, it's 11 to 16. Those were all 7 and 9
it's the
teams.
Dolphins. That's who it is.
And I guess those other, the Jets, the Raiders, the Colts, Bucks, they all had a tiebreaker somehow to get those picks over the Broncos. So that was my team.
Okay, I'll let you throw the Broncos. That's fine.
Because that'd be the
tiebreakers. I got you.
That'd be the 11th team then, technically.
Yeah.
All right.
I can dig that. The Broncos. Okay. Why you think that?
So the Broncos, even though Drew Lock has been pissing me off because there's too many videos of him singing and stuff, and Broncos fans are acting like we did here a little bit this season with Mason and Duck, but I wasn't, because I wasn't saying they were the future. But they're already crowning him the next guy, next Elway, next Manning, but that quarterback situation does seem to be. Wow, this is going to be a good pun. Locked up. So there's that. I think they got their quarterback figured out for the most part. We'll have to wait and see. He looks promising.
All right.
So there's that. They have a lot of cap room this year. They always have a pretty decent defense.
Okay.
And then they have...
The defense is getting a little older.
They have some draft capital. I was looking. They have like quite a few extra picks. One of them's, I think, from us, a third-round pick. Yeah. So, and then their management is kind of like the 49ers, in my opinion, with Elway and just how they operate and do things. They're smart about how they do it.
Coaching staff, man, with Vic Fangio.
Yeah.
Obviously, Munchak's out there as well. That helps out a ton.
So, yeah, I'm picking the Broncos. I think it's actually pretty similar in situations in terms of management, getting the quarterback, solid defense, smart decisions. Broncos and 49ers, I just see the similarities there. So
for me, initially, I was torn between two teams, the Carolina Panthers and the Washington Redskins. Here's why. When we talk about the Panthers with, I believe it was Mark Rule, who's coming from Baylor, everywhere he's been thus far, he's been able to turn those programs around, turn them into winners. That's what he does. And when you look at the Panthers on paper, they have everything they need except what? The quarterback position, because of obviously Cam Newton and his health concerns. And now obviously they're going to have to find a replacement for Luke Kuechly. With the reports, they make it seem as if Cam is healthy or will be healthy. If he is, I think that's the easy change in 5-6 games, him over what they were doing before. We all went through that same situation, right? They were on a hype train. Hey, man, he's better than Cam Newton. Yeah, all right. End up getting Ron Rivera fired. So with that being said, if Cam is coming back, I think that changes that team's outlook in a big way. Defensively, they still have pieces in place. They obviously would have, if Cam comes back and he's healthy, that lifts a huge burden in terms of where they have to draft. Because then it makes it simple. You just draft Kuechly's replacement. Yeah. It's a lot easier to replace a middle linebacker than it is to replace a franchise quarterback.
Yes.
Now, if Cam isn't healthy, well, now you got the issues. Because you got to get the quarterback on offense and defense situated.
Yep.
Now, the reason I was torn between them and the Redskins is because I love what the Redskins have in terms of personnel. But more so, Ron Rivera is their head coach, and along with bringing Jack Del Rio as their DC, I think those two coaches have proven to be, number one, very tough and hard-nosed. But number two, they know how to win in this league. Ron Rivera is a really, really, really good coach. And like I said, I was a little pissed that he got a raw deal in terms of, obviously, you bring in new management, they want to make their moves. But you don't fire a coach like Ron Rivera in the middle of the season when you're playing with your backup. Like, I don't want to hear that. That'd have been like if they would have fired Coach T this year when things are going bad early on. You just don't do that. Those guys have earned that respect. Those guys have proven to be top-notch coaches. So with that being said, man, I do think that Dwayne Haskins is going to step up and improve in a ton this second year coming up. And I think him having a stable-minded coach, a coach that's proven, a coach that didn't just get the job because of, oh, he's such and such little brother. I think that subtle shot right there.
Wow.
I think that plays a lot into their turnaround. So that's why I'm going to say the Redskins, because that doesn't depend on anyone's health. That's just based on what they have right now. Whereas the Panthers is all dependent upon if Cam Newton is healthy or not.
Right. What if they brought in like Teddy Bridgewater and then they drafted like that middle linebacker?
I would like that a lot. I think that could definitely help them out a ton. My thing is, do you view Teddy Bridgewater in the same vein as a healthy Cam Newton? I personally don't.
No, I definitely don't.
So I think,
but a lot of people are saying, like, he's going to be starting for some team next year.
Oh, he definitely will. He's going to get paid. I just see it as Cam Newton is you can count on Cam for a 5 to 6 win swing, is what I'm saying. Whereas with Teddy, I think we're looking 3. Right now, if he just went to Carolina, I think he's responsible for an additional 3 wins. I don't see him being responsible for 5, 6, 7 wins potentially.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that. Those Those were interesting picks. I would have never thought those two teams. But you laid it out there. No, because my other teams, it was going to be the Chargers, just depending on what happens with the quarterback there. Like if they brought in Cam or if they brought in Brady, they got weapons. I know they're gonna be losing Melvin Gordon, but
defensively they're getting Derwin James back healthy, which is huge.
Their defense has been solid. Way. Yeah, Joey Bosa, obviously. Now, so that was the one of the other teams, and then what was the other one I was thinking of? I think it was Giants, just because of maybe the emergence of Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley. Well, I know their defense is always skeptical, but the NFC East is always in flux.
Well, and they have the young coach from the special teams coach / receivers coach from the Patriots as their head coach now too.
Yeah.
So we'll see what that looks like. But we do know any coach that's been under Belichick's lineage typically hasn't had the same type of success when they become head coaches.
No, definitely. And
I even flirted with the idea of the Jets because I like the Jets on paper, but I think I want to see what they do with Le'Veon, if they keep him or trade him. Then also, I'm just not a fan of Adam Gase. I'm just not.
No, me neither.
So I was like, I just can't do that one.
I was going to pick them too, but that's
because I'm like, I like Sam Darnold. I think he got a bad rap after that whole I'm seeing ghost comments was out there, but he definitely is like, I think he's a dude that's going to emerge in a big way this next year in particular, but it's all about him staying healthy. I mean, he was playing extremely well to start the season out. Then he got that kissing disease and, a little bit of that mono. You don't want that.
Yeah. You don't want that. All right. So I felt like I kind of cheated with mine though, picking the Broncos, but I thought it was just more of whoever didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, none of those teams made the playoffs. Yeah, I looked at it. Oh, so that's what you're saying. Yeah,
because you said top 10.
Right, I was wanting to make it as like top 10 because it's like the Steelers were never bad like the Broncos were. You know what I mean? Like the Broncos were healthy, and that was who they are. You know that. With the Steelers, they were still you were singing a totally different tune going into that Bills game. That's all I'm saying.
There's only one win difference there, though.
Now, after the fact, but during the season, we say this all the time, man. In terms of you could look at the numbers sometimes, and that doesn't tell you the whole story. It could tell you a portion of it, but we know what we saw. We know when it was going into it.
Yeah. Defense was awesome.
And it was times when you were singing the praises of Doug, Deontay Johnson, and James Washington. So don't try to sit here and act like that wasn't the case, man.
I'll
leaving out that Cardinals game, you were singing the absolute praises of Duck in that offense. Were you not? Were you not?
It was better than what we had. And I might have got a little too hyped for it. That's all. Let's just put it that way.
You should have took your own advice. Be humble, Deke. This Bills team is good. Be humble, Deke. Nah, man, they trash. You gonna see Josh Allen's a fraud.
Definitely.
You gonna see this. And
this was
worked out real well for you, man.
I was right on that though.
On what?
The whole Bills and Josh Allen.
No, they beat our butt that night. Remember?
I'm saying though.
And then they went to the playoffs.
No big time
and lost
winning.
In overtime.
I said no big time winning.
But you said what is big time winning? Winning the Super Bowl. So technically, only one team is big time winning.
No, I said no playoff
You said
games.
Big time winning is one. You got to win the Super Bowl to have a big time win in the playoffs.
I said no playoff games.
No. You said no big time winning.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Big time winning is winning the Super Bowl. So the Ravens, the Titans, the Patriots. Let's see, the Packers, the Seahawks, and then if the Chiefs lose, then the Chiefs, you throw them in that category as well, right?
No, big time winning is different than winning the Super Bowl.
My, here you go with all these different. Let's hear the explanation for big time winning in the playoffs, Deke. Help me understand, please.
Just a big win, you know?
Isn't every playoff win a big win? Like, what does that mean?
I think if Steelers would have made the playoffs and won that first game, that'd be a big win. That would be a big win.
Winning in the playoffs isn't big wins?
Huh?
So to win in the playoffs isn't a big win?
Depending on your expectations.
It's the playoffs.
It is. That's what I'm saying.
There are no guarantees in the playoffs. It's single elimination. If this was like an NBA series where you got 7 games, well, then I feel like you can make, oh man, you win that game. It wasn't a big time win. No, you know what I'm saying? Win 2, win 3, win the series. This is a one game, a single elimination tournament, bro.
Depending on your expectations. I think for the Bills, winning that first one would have been a big win for them.
So the Ravens winning versus Titans would have been a big win for them?
Nope. You got to win the next one. That would have been the big win.
We saw that worked out for them.
What?
Since it wasn't a big win, that's why they're at home.
I know.
It's got to be a big win. I don't know what you're talking about, bro. You're tripping.
No, you got to come to play.
You are tripping.
You got to come to play, even though it wouldn't be a big win.
You are tripping.
No way, bro.
You're tripping.
I think people would agree with me.
I'm not. And you, whoever's agreeing with y'all both could just go sit over there in that boat over there. I'm cool. Playoffs not a big win. Boy, you crazy.
Depending on your expectations.
Boy, you crazy.
Depending on your expectations. Okay. That's all. You call it a win, like a good win.
A good win. Anytime you win in the playoffs is a big win. What are you talking about?
A good win and big win, different.
Wow.
All right, you want to go to the next topic?
Yeah, man. What you got, man?
All right. So the last one is there's been a story circulating with Emmanuel Sanders talking to Ed Bouchette about potentially coming back to Pittsburgh, and he said he would be all for it, but the bridge is burnt between him and Ben. But then, as you go through the conversation, he mentions in one of his quotes that he thought Ben was a jerk back then, and I kind of just dealt with it and played. And then whenever I left, that's kind of just how I felt about him. But not from what I've been hearing, Ben's grown up a lot, and I've changed too. I've grown up, so he kind of left the door open to where, like, I think that relationship could be mended. Mm-hmm. Now, I guess the question, just the black and white question, is should the Steelers try to bring back Emmanuel Sanders?
Would you think?
Me first.
Yeah, man.
Man, dude. It's tough because there's a lot of other moves that I'd probably try to make before that, and one of them is bringing back Bell. And I just don't know how the numbers are going to work, basically.
That makes two of us.
That's about it. And I think I'm good with the receivers we got going into next year. I don't know how much of an upgrade Sanders would be over James Washington or Deontay Johnson, especially with how young they are.
Oh, okay. You think long term? You think long term? I got you.
A 33-year-old.
You thinking long term? I'm with you, bro. Okay, don't say that when we can say, oh, what about AB and you be over here? Oh yeah, man, upgrade. Heck yeah, let's do it. And what? What's the? What was you about to say? What's the age difference? Exactly.
33. Well, AB will be 31. 31.
So yeah,
dude, it's AB though. Come on.
See, exactly. Thank you.
It's AB though. So a 33 Emmanuel Sanders versus.
And we saw the Emmanuel Sanders this year. He looked good.
He looked really good, but that's what I'm saying in terms of. We're gonna have to pay him probably at least $5 million, I think, a year, and then I'm just
simply saying you say he's not an upgrade over James Washington, Deontay Johnson.
No, he definitely would be. I don't know how much of an upgrade, and actually, I'm interested to see what Deontay does next year. I think he would definitely over James Washington, but dude, Deontay next year, there's a lot of promise right now. A lot of people saying he's the next number one. So, and I'm leaning that way. I'm hoping. What's so funny?
I'm just trying to figure out how y'all get to he's the next number one. No offense to Deontay, but what is he showing to say that he was a number one receiver?
I mean, he did it with Duck and Mason this year.
But what did he do?
Made some big plays. He was Holmes-esque out there. He was, man. He was.
Listen, Deontay is going to be a really good player in this league, without a doubt. He's not going to be a number one receiver next year, though. And I understand he was an all-pro, but that's as a retirement. So please don't mix the two up.
I think, well, here's the thing I think people are thinking is that he'll be more of the outside threat as opposed to Juju. Maybe we'll move him in the slot. Mm-hmm. We'll have Deontay and James on the outsides. Mm-hmm. Is that
Which
fair?
is fine. I'm just saying right now, Emmanuel Sanders next year, I would like to have if I was picking between the two.
Just for next year.
That's what I'm saying. But over the next 5 years, give me Deontay is not even close.
Right. And that's what you got to question or think about if you're bringing in Emmanuel Sanders.
Yeah.
You bring him in for a 2 or 3 year deal. All right, what's that doing to Deontay Johnson and James Washington's growth? And like I said, how much of a difference is it going to be for next year? Obviously, you would take Emmanuel Sanders over Deontay, but I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. The bottom line, I don't know how the money would work, and I think the receiver room would become pretty full. Which I dude, trust me, you know me, I would be fine with it. I would be good with it, but I don't know. I would rather try to get Le'Veon.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's probably a bigger need, and paying him $5 or $6 million a year, and having the Jets take on the rest of the contract.
Okay, I guess for me, man, I think it wouldn't be a good idea to bring him back. Now, this is my thing. You talk about the dynamic of how it would crowd the room and the development potentially getting stunted with Deontay Johnson and James Washington and even Juju to a certain extent. I think it's deeper than that. I think the relationship between him and Ben would be a unique one for the simple fact, me and him were never teammates. We passed in crossing. My first year here was when he went to Denver. And that's when the first report came out about
Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning being the better quarterback, the better leader, the harder worker, and things like that. Ben doesn't forget that. We know that. But Emmanuel clearly has spoken about Ben on numerous occasions, even when the whole AB situation was going on as well. So with that being the case, I think that that's negative energy that you really don't need. In terms of when we talked about with AB in the past, right? His talent, his productivity was so out of this world that it made it, hey, I don't mind dealing with the potential rifts between him and Ben. Emmanuel, he's not going to be doing that in terms of his productivity. So I don't even want to mess with that whole dynamic, man. I would much rather have been with those younger receivers and working that element right there like that, man.
That's a good point. And then probably even coming into camp, people will be, asking questions about that.
Oh, absolutely.
It just could be an annoyance that could be avoided.
And then the media will say, hey, man, what's all this drama surrounding the team? Hey, Emmanuel, you still feel that way about Ben? Is he a good leader? Has anything changed? He's still treating like a jerk. Like, what? What's all this negative energy? You know what I mean? Then it's a whole bunch of that.
What I found funny is the jerk in the paragraph.
Oh, yeah, you saw it, right?
Was in parentheses. So, I mean.
Did not say jerk.
Yeah, we know what that was because the heck, whenever he said heck, that was in parentheses too. So,
yeah.
Just use your imagination.
Well, I guess my question to you is this. In terms of Ben being a leader, do you think his leadership style is important to this team's success? In terms of like when you hear about a Drew Brees or a Peyton Manning, right? Or a Tom Brady. First guy in, last one out. Very motivational, keeps everybody involved. Then the debate about Ben is what? Doesn't really stay there all the time, but when he's in the game, he balls out. Might throw you under the bus with the radio shows that he was doing and stuff like that, but he's going to light it up out there. So in terms of, do you think that leadership element is that critical in this situation? In
this situation of Sanders coming over, or just
in general,
just how the team is and going forward? Mm-hmm. That is a good question, man. I think honestly, I don't know if I'm the best person to ask. I mean, because I'm just gonna say
Ben's great. Don't worry about it. It's all good.
But I mean, there is definitely something to Brady and Breeze being that way.